Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just getting you all the link. Sending it to your emails right now, those of you who are members of the clearing. And I'm also sending it to our private Facebook group. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, y'all, good morning. Hi. Hey, Byron, Pastor, Reverend, Doctor. Oh, you know what, Byron? Let me remember your name. Just came up for me, and I was like, I wonder if, let me bring it back to my remembrance. Great Spirit. Great Spirit, bring it back to my remembrance. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to our family over on YouTube. Good morning. I see Natasha. I see Stephanie. I see Prayer and Yoga. Hey, oh, you on two channel, under two names. Okay. Hey, April. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Dana. I really love that wallpaper you chose. I was looking at that last night. You're just so creative. You are, and I mean that in the most profound way, not like as creativity is some kind of small feat, but to be creative and generative with your creativity in these moments is really profound, and I hope that you know that and that is an outlet for you. So it's looking beautiful. I'm loving following your journey. Buenos dias, familia Marilyn Pagan Banks. How's my Spanish coming? Good morning, President Candace. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tanya Denise, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Daniel Wolpert, good morning. Barbara, good morning. Rosalind, good morning. Roger, good morning. Sherry, good morning. Candace Burston, good morning. Good morning to everyone. If you would, good morning. Shay, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Patchouli 314. Good morning, good morning. Put them L's up. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Sadea. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Come on in, y'all. I'm late getting started. Come on in, but I'm right on time. So are you. So you should click like and share right now. I got on a lot of pink gloss right now, and I didn't realize it was that but I don't have anything to block my lips on. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. I mean, it is pink. I'm gonna leave it. It is pink. Do you hear me? Pink. Good morning, Mama Hazel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nicole Denise. Good morning, Nubian Royalty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Kim Vaney. Good morning, Carmela Hill. Good morning. Good morning, Village Keepers. Good morning. Come on into the room. Good morning. Oh, shoot. Let me see, Marilyn. I don't know if I could say this. Marilyn is teaching us Spanish by speaking Spanish, Ashe, and I am here for it, that we can be inclusive and learn. Su español está muy bien, hermana. Su español está muy bien, hermana. Something about my Spanish that I said it good, hermana, friend, sister. I'm learning. Anywho, she's gonna keep teaching me. The class is popping. Hey y'all, good morning, winner. Good morning, good morning. Share, let your people know we were a little late, but we're here. Oh, shout out to our YouTube page is growing. I see we got a couple more subscribers. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube page, let me give you the link right now so that you can go ahead and subscribe there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Just put the link in there. Gail, the H is silent, so it's Hermana. Hermana. Okay, okay, okay. Hermana. All right, all right. Okay. Su español está muy bien, hermana. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning. I put our YouTube our YouTube link so that you can subscribe to our YouTube. That's totally free, and just it's another place where you can go if you ever wanted to be like, dang, I remember Melva preached that chronicle about da 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 da, and you want to share it with somebody. All of them are housed right over there on YouTube under the live tab. So make your way over there. Make your way over there. It is the end of the year, and it is for people both, it's hard. I often say, what? Whose? Mine, Natasha? Are you talking about me? You saw the pre-order for whose book? Mine? Maybe not mine. What? Drop it. Because I want to... What? Nah. Maybe she's talking about somebody else. Let me wait to get confirmation on this. Natasha, you talking about for Melva Sampson's? Listen, hold on. Let me wait to get confirmation on that because I didn't even know. Let me wait to get if she's talking about mine because what? Yes, Tanya Denise, it is solstice because what? The longest day of the year because what? Drop the link, Natasha. Where is it? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm coming. Wait a minute. Wait. I don't even know where to go find it. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Wait, real time. Um, uh, um, let me try to find this real quick. Okay, I don't see it, but Natasha's gonna look for it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, I don't see it. So, Natasha, if you find it, please let me know. Whew! 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 I don't see it. So if you find it, let me know. Ashe. Honey, that just about took me out. But what I want to say is this is a what? I didn't even, how could this even be? I didn't even know. What? Give me a moment. Natasha, go ahead and drop the link, please. Y'all, if this isn't a message, I don't know what is. In the season of expectation, I was told this link wasn't even going to be ready until January after the holidays. Blessed is she who believed. But you all can now pre-order my book. Listen, I had a whole and have a whole marketing plan. Like I mean, talk about like right after this our time today, I was getting ready to go, get my stuff ready to, release in January. But y'all, you can pre-order my book right now. Right now. It's $24.99, but now if you order it from Thrift Books, you could get it for $20.71. It's already on sale. Oh my God. Oh my God. How am I getting ready to make it through this? Oh my God. Talking about an in breaking and a breaking in, y'all. Oh my goodness. Pre-order. Listen. How am I going to move on from this, Lord? This was so unexpected. I thought this was January. I thought this was January. Ashe. Ashe, I invite you to pre-order this book right now. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. Meaning, yes, it's literally up and it's up. The message fits this right now, so I am gonna move into it. And thank you for those of you who are posting all the ways you can pre-order this. Come on, New York Times bestseller, let's get it. I need you to run it up. Run it up. I need you all to run it up. In your circles, on your pages, in your other spaces. Let the people know this is what you've been waiting for. Thank you, Tanya Denise. My first order. Thank you. Thank you. Let me say something about this cover real quick and move on, because I gotta. Blessed is she who believes. That's today's text. But I wasn't coming from this particular angle. Today's text is Luke 1:45. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is taking me back to 1996 when I first wrote that I wanted to be an author. A word about this cover, though. If you look closely, you will see a hand-scribed letter that is the background for the Pink Robe Chronicles. That is a handwritten chronicle written by my mother, chronicling from the time of my birth until a few years ago. That is the backdrop of this letter. Shout out to none other than the Nat Bishop herself, Trisha Hersey, for writing the foreword of this book. And for those who I will not name, I wait until to see if everyone who I ask is actually able to blurb it. But to those who I've asked to blurb it, thank you. This is a hybrid book, a hybrid. Gosh, I was not ready to talk about this today, but Lord, this is a book of my heart, and for all of my scholars who struggle with who struggle when they cannot dichotomize secular, sacred, trade, academic. I do not live my life in those separate ways. All of it is a part of me. I am authentically whole. And so this is not an academic book. You should not come here looking for references. Although there are some, you should not come here looking for, the things that you're trained to look for. This is decidedly published with Broadleaf, a trade publication. So it is a memoir. It is a hybrid of a memoir of theology, of sociology, of story. It is me telling story. And so I invite you all to pre-order. Ashe, Ashe. Thank y'all. Thank you, Natasha, for this gift. Ha! Prepare to be sick of me. Amen and ashe. Oh. Ha! Woo! My God, today. I have something more to say later. But for right now, thanks be to the Most High, to my ancestors, and to the mothers, Ashe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am, wow. Wow. We got a book, y'all. We got a book. We got a book, y'all. We got a book. And if you're in the clearing, there's another little secret I'm going to let y'all in on when we go over to the clearing. Ashe, this morning, walk with me over to the Gospel of Luke. The Gospel of Luke, chapter 1. The birth of John the Baptist foretold and the foretelling of Jesus Christos. In the time of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zachariah who belonged to the priestly division of Abijah. His wife Elizabeth was also a descendant of Aaron. Both of them were righteous in the sight of God, observing all the Lord's commands and decrees blamelessly. I'm going to be crying all throughout this, so just prepare. I'm just so overwhelmed by what I just saw. But they were childless because Elizabeth was not able to conceive, and they were both very old. Once, when Zachariah's division was on duty and he was serving as priest before God, he was chosen by Lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to go into the temple of the Lord and to burn incense. And when the time for the burning of incense came, all the assembled worshipers were praying outside. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing at the right side of the altar of the incense. And the angel says to him, Zechariah is scared. And the angel says to him, do not be afraid, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard. Do not be afraid. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to call him John, and he will be a joy and delight to you. I'm skipping now. He'll bring back many of the people of Israel to the Lord, and he's going to go before the Lord in the spirit and power of Elijah. I'm skipping down. 18, Zechariah asked the angel, how can I be sure of this? I'm an old man and my wife is well along in her years. And then the angel says to him, I'm Gabriel, and I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and tell you this good news. And now you will be silent, not able to speak, until this day happens, because you did not believe my words, which will come true at their appointed time. Meanwhile, people were waiting for Zechariah and wondering why he stayed so long in the temple. And when he came out, he could not speak to them. And they realized he had seen a vision in the temple, for he kept making signs to them, but remained unable to speak. And when his time of service was completed, he returned home. And after this, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant, and for 5 months remained in seclusion. And the Lord has done this for me, she said, and in these days he has shown his favor and taken away my disgrace from the people. Verse 26, and in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, and to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, to a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, greetings to you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you. And Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will call him Jesus. He will be great, and he will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever, and his kingdom will never end." Mary asked, "How will this be?" Mary asked the angel, "Since, how is this going to happen?" And so the angel tells Mary how this is going to happen. And then Mary goes to visit her cousin Elizabeth. When Elizabeth opens the door, Elizabeth's baby leaps inside of her at the greeting of Mary. And Elizabeth says in chapter 1, verse 45, "Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill his promises." Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill his promises to her. Ashe. Amen. Favor is fair. It is. I know that a very popular American preacher popularized this statement, "Favor ain't fair," suggesting that, there are God's favorites. And there are those of us who even do, God don't play about me. One thing God don't do is play about me. I dislike that. And some of us say it in jest, but some of us really mean it. We really mean that God doesn't play about us. Not God doesn't play about the collective, but like God just don't play about you like God plays about everybody else. It's a very problematic statement to me. But on the fourth Sunday of Advent, Luke teaches us that God's love shows up as favor. We started this last week, that God's love shows up with favor. Shout out to my pastor, the Reverend Susan Mitchell, PhD. Congratulations. Congratulations. On the fourth Sunday of Advent, Luke teaches us that God's love shows up as favor, not empire-shaped favoritism, but sacred accompaniment, breaking into oppressive times through unlikely bodies and intergenerational courage. Beloved, by the fourth Sunday of Advent, we are close enough to Christmas to feel this tension. We are waiting, but we are also weary. We are singing about love, but we are living under systems that make love feel fragile, impractical, even dangerous. And it is precisely here, in this tension, that Luke places the story of God's favor. Luke is intentional. He tells us plainly, in the days of King Herod of Judea. This is not a neutral timestamp. Herod was not a beloved shepherd king. He was a client ruler of Rome, paranoid, brutal, and obsessed with control. Sound familiar, anyone? He built grand structures while crushing the people beneath them. He moved in international waters, taking charge of ships that don't belong to him, having his eye on the natural elements in countries that he has despised. He was paranoid. He built grand structures while crushing the people beneath them. He taxed heavily. He surveilled constantly and killed without hesitation, including members of his own family to protect his throne. To live under Herod, then, was to live under empire. To live under Rome was to live with occupation, economic extraction, and daily humiliation. Hope was dangerous, joy was risky, and love had to be quiet. And yet, in those days, the angel shows up. Not to the palace, not to Herod, not to Rome, but where does the angel show up first, friends? The angel shows up first, Mama Hazel, to the elders. Don't miss it. Luke introduces us to Zechariah. a priest from the division of Abijah, and Elizabeth, a daughter of Aaron. This is a faithful family. The text says that they were blameless, and yet Elizabeth was childless. A detail Luke does not gloss over. In their world, childlessness carried social shame, spiritual suspicion, and deep grief. Years of prayer had likely given way to resignation. Some prayers, after a while, stop feeling like petitions and start feeling more like memories. So when the angel announces that Elizabeth will conceive, Zechariah questions it. And who could blame him? Hello? Who could blame him? Because at a certain age, disbelief feels less like a lack of faith and more like emotional self-protection. Do we have a witness? Oh, and yet because he cannot believe, Zechariah is muted. Sometimes I think, how cruel does that feel? I might have questioned too. I might have wondered whether this prayer still mattered, whether it was even a prayer I wanted answered anymore. But here is where love enters the story. God's love does not bypass the elders. God's favor does not expire with age. God chooses a couple the world has quietly moved past and says, you are still a part of what I'm doing. And then Luke does something powerful. The angel appears again. This time, not to an elder man in the temple, but to a teenage girl. And what the Southerners would say, like in a backwater town. Mary is Elizabeth's cousin, but she is her opposite in nearly every way. Young, unmarried, socially vulnerable. And yet the angel says the same thing, that the Lord has found favor with you. Notice Mary's response, Leah. She's not flattered. She's not triumphant, Elam. She is afraid. And she asks, what kind of greeting is this? Because Mary understands something that we often forget. Favor in the hands of empire is dangerous. That's why all y'all be wanting to jump about favor. Favor usually comes with conditions with empire, with costs with empire, and consequences with empire. With empire, favor often means you're being used. Come on, somebody. If you haven't already clicked like and shared on this, you need to let the people know we on a street. Favor ain't fair. Yeah, it's so unfair for you that you're being used. Oftentimes by empire. My goodness. So what kind of favor is this then? This is not favoritism. This is not God choosing winners. But this is love breaking in. Mary is told that she will give birth to one who will save the world. And today, we're not going to argue about the mechanics of the miracle. What matters here symbolically and spiritually is this, that God entrusts, listen to this, that God entrusts the turning of history to two unlikely bodies, an elder woman and a teenage girl. Clock it. That's right, Daniel. You see me. You see where I'm going, Daniel. That and favor is coming to the women. You see it? Yeah. And favor is coming to the women. My God, today. Favor is coming. God, entrust the turning of history to two unlikely bodies, an elder woman and a teenage girl. The breaking in of God's new reign requires both the wisdom of endurance and the courage of imagination. The memory of what has been survived and the audacity to believe something new is possible. Girl, Apple done got them a little emoji for clocking it. This is intergenerational love as resistance. Let me run it back. The breaking in of history, of God's new reign requires both the wisdom of endurance and the courage of imagination. The memory of what has been survived and the audacity to believe something new is possible. This is intergenerational love as resistance. Mary goes to visit Elizabeth, who is 5 months pregnant. And when they greet one another, Elizabeth recognizes what is happening before Mary fully can. Is that not what an elder does? One who understands their elderhood. An elder always doesn't mean chronologically in age, but in this case it does. Is it not an elder's gifting, an elder's sight? Come on in here, Mama E.T. Hari, with this doggone sight. Is it not an elder sight that allows them to be able to see and to sense what's happening even before we ever articulate it? Any of you ever been around those of you? I'm already in it now. This is not an inclusive example that I'm about to use, and I acknowledge that. Ashe. So don't come for me. I acknowledge it, but I'm in it now. But any of you, I recall when we were carrying free and we had not told anyone, and we went to St. Louis, and Derek's grandmother looked at me, and she was in her hospital bed. She looked at me, and baby, I thought I was concealing because, she looked at me. She said, "You pregnant?" I said, "Damn." I was like, "No, why would you?" Looking all like, what? No, why would you say that? Like, huh? Sure. She said, "She pregnant. That girl pregnant." I mean, there's this sixth sense, this ability to see things, the ability to, because there's a point of your life as an elder that as you are moving towards sunset, that you are able to look beyond, look over sort of sets of experiences and identify the markers. Can I help someone today? So Mary goes to visit Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is pregnant already. And then they greet one another. But listen, Elizabeth already knows what's happening. And ultimately, she says, "Blessed is she who believed that the Lord would fulfill the promises made to her." But here's the holy tension. Here's the holy tension. Who is the she? Who is the blessed is she? Who is the she? Some would say, of course, she's talking about Mary. But I contend this morning that it's not just Mary. It's not just Elizabeth. It's them. That they are both favored. They are not God's favorites, but they are both favored. You hear the difference? They are not elevated over others, but accompanied by love in impossible circumstances. Can we rock it back? They are both favored. They are not God's favorites. So cut it out with that capitalist language of the empire, that God don't play about you, that you God's favorite. You sound foolish. In these times, when our community, when our collective, when this country and when other countries, when the most vulnerable of the world need to know that they are favored, that they have sacred accompaniment in the darkest of times. Your simp self is around here saying that God don't play about you. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You must be. And this is how Empire uses you, to get you to say things like that, to get you to believe that God is really that small, that you are the only apple of God's eye. That favor ain't fair. This text says that favor is fair, and it is so fair that favor comes upon the bodies of unlikely folk. Oh my God. Doesn't choose that of the most unlikely. Where is the love in this text then? Love shows up as God's insistence on possibility under empire. Yes, Adejoke, that insane exceptionalism. Love shows up as God's choice to work through the overlooked. Love shows up as favor that does not remove fear, but gives courage to move through it. And friends, this is the reminder we need. That is, in the midst of empire, when Herod still rules, when systems still crush, when hope feels naive, God does not wait for ideal conditions. God requires not our certainty, but our willingness to believe that the miraculous can still emerge from unlikely places. Some of us, talking about me here, have resigned to just holding her breath until this administration is moved out. Some of us don't turn on the news anymore, the regular stations, because I just really can't take it. It's as if, I want to hold my breath until this is all over. I want to numb myself, if you will, because I just can't take it. Not only can I take it, can I not take it? If I were to be honest, my honest thought sometimes is, one, Holy Spirit say, don't say that. My honest thought is, are we really going to come out of this? Do we deserve to come out of this, given our participation in the degradation of so many other nations? Will I be here to see coming out of this? Do I believe? I'm not even asking anymore, God, where are you in the midst of this? I'm like melancholy with it, just numb to it, just like, all right, then this is what it is. So this helps me. This reminds me that God is still showing up and will give courage to move through it. That's what the favor is. When God's angel goes to Elizabeth and Mary, the angel already knows that what they are about to experience is the unthinkable, but says, don't be afraid, because I am giving you favor to stand through it. I am giving you a sacred fuel. I am going to accompany you as you walk through. That is, that in the midst of empire, God requires not our certainty, but our willingness to believe that change can still emerge. So here are 3 quick things to ponder. Favor is not exemption, it's accompaniment. God's love does not pull Mary and Elizabeth out of risk. You got to sit with that tension. You got to sit with that tension in the text. You must sit with that tension in the text. You got to. Yeah. 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 Doesn't pull Mary and Elizabeth out of risk. It meets them within the risk. Favor doesn't mean ease. It means presence. Yes, Dr. Elam. Favor is covering. Mm. Mm. 2. God's love disrupts empire by choosing the overlooked. Elders and teenagers, barren and unmarried, faithful and afraid. Love does not reinforce hierarchy, it reorders it. Third, belief is communal. Mary needs Elizabeth, and Elizabeth needs Mary. Love is sustained when we witness one another's courage across generations. And let's run it back to 1. Favor doesn't mean ease, it means presence, to Wolpert's point, because both of their children are ultimately lynched by empire. So the promise of favor is not an exponential material blessing. It is increased spiritual depth, increased emotional capacity, to hold the vision, because even though the vision is given to them, they now see ultimately what will happen. They know that even as we are observing Advent, they know that just as surely as this miraculous birth has come through these bodies, that the empire will not let them live. And what does it mean for the unlikely? Hold on, run this back, Great Spirit. Wow. I need to run back to the comment, and the favor is on the women. I need to run back here for a second. That if folks are not able to understand who we are, in the sense of unlikelihood, that the in breaking in breaks into a patriarchal hierarchy and does not use, see, our focus is often on lowly Jesus coming into the world from a position of, being a Hebrew. And all of our, unless you're Catholic, all of our attention goes to the male savior of the world. Those who are Christians and believe that. For those who have liturgical traditions or Orthodox, Catholic, and I'm not even going to the Black Madonna or Mariology, but they have this high view of Mary, but it's not always Mary and Elizabeth. And we need that intergeneration. We need that conversation between the two. That Mary, in her trouble, runs to her elder. And her elder, in her elderhood, not in her illness, welcomes Mary and sees, not only knows what she's already carrying, but is able to identify that they are about to walk the same journey. So she pronounces a blessing upon them both. Blessed is we who believed what God promised her. Now hear me in this text. God simply promises through the angel that they will both bear children, and that Elizabeth's child will be the forerunner to Mary's child, and that Mary's child will shift and will change the world. Mary has to know that this kind of change doesn't result in a happily ever after, even as a teenage. If it wasn't for the women, come on, Dr. Cheryl Townsend Jokes. Listen, put some respect on us. Belief is communal. We need each other. And love is only sustained when we witness one another's courage across generations. So on the fourth Sunday of Advent, we celebrate not a sentimental love, but a dangerous, liberating love. The kind that dares to break in under Herod, under Rome, and under every system that says nothing new can be born here. This is not favoritism, friends. This is favor. This is sacred fuel. This is hope that moves. This is love that walks us through the valley and insists that even now, especially now, God is still bringing forth life. And the question Advent leaves us with is simple and searching. Do we want to be God's favorites, or are we willing to be God's favored? Do we want to be God's favorites, or are we willing to be God's favored? Carriers of love in hard times, midwives, mid-people of new reign, and believing together that God will fulfill God's promises. Friends, I contend on this morning that favor is fair, always has been fair, always will be fair. Ashe, 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 oh. We're headed over to the clearing now. For those of you who are asking if there is a link to pre-order my book, The Pink Robe Chronicles, Womanist Wisdom for Healing, Liberation, and Love. The pre-order is open now. People, I know some people aren't shopping in certain places, but there have been some links that have been posted in the timeline, definitely on Facebook. If you can also post the link here in YouTube, if it has not been, please do so. Listen, that is the gift that I asked for today, that you would support us. Meaning the collective, that as we are, giving our dollars to, other forms and other ways. I'm not coming to be in your pocket when I am for this book, but that you would consider, let this be a Kwanzaa. It'll come later, but put your dollars, practice Kwanzaa now. Run this up. I said that I wanted to have at least 1,000 pre-orders, and then Spirit said, step up. Raise up. This is why I'm so shocked, because I went back and got a whole marketing plan, my business coach Nia, and I mean we're about to come really hard. And so isn't this also, it speaks to the season, Natasha, you moved in the way of Gabriel this morning. Blessed is she who has believed, and here we are. So please, friend, please, go ahead. I promise you, this book is going to bless you. If you have that's what we're calling best-selling. Yeah. I am honored to be, I don't know if you got in the book world called this label mates, but with people like Monica Coleman, Dr. Monica Coleman, for those of you who've read Bipolar Faith, Dr. Yolanda Pierce. Yes, Derek. Yes, I love my guy. I love him. He just texted me. The producer not in the room yet. The producer just texted me and said there is no ceiling and there is no floor on these pre-orders. Just space to be. Come on, Derek Young. YouTube won't allow it to be posted. Maybe it's a setting that can be changed. I don't know that, but oh, here, let me I will at least type this. This is not the link, but go here. thriftbooks.com. On YouTube, you could go to www.thriftbooks.com. The best-selling book is sold wherever books are sold. Come on. Again, I want to shout out to the Nat Bishop herself, Trisha Hersey. I want to shout out to the New York Times best-selling author. The New York Times best-selling author whose book now has been reprinted in other languages, whose movement now is global, and who travels all across the world with the Nat Ministry. I want to shout out to the Nap Bishop herself, Trisha Hersey, for writing the foreword. Come on, putting her ashe on this book. Ashe. Yeah, let it be so. Let it be so. And shout out to those who are writing blurbs. I will keep that under wraps until it actually comes out. I am honored. And I give thanks for your yes. I am just, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I am freaking excited. Do you hear me? Like, I will just say, my mother wrote the prologue, okay? Okay, so you see where we coming. Those of you who know Norvell A.S. Holyfield, Norvell wrote the prologue, Chronicle 0, which is that letter you see on the cover. It is 6 sections. The chapters are known as Chronicles. There are some other surprises, but know that my whole family, my mother, my spouse, my children, everybody shows up in this book with their offering, including stories. This book is about voice. It is about identity. My identity as a Black woman in America, as a spouse, as an intellectual, as a minister, and as a mother. This is about moving in between silence and voice, standing in systems that require your gift, but demand your silence. This is also answers questions to stories that have not been fully shared by me, but you know the internet loves to share what they don't know, and so in here, this is not like a tell-all, but it is absolutely about my journey. There are also two pieces in here that were published before. So if you've been following me along for a long time, at least since the mid 2000s, then this will be familiar. And then there are two sermons that I have preached before as a chronicle, and replaced here. And so, yo, my book is on pre-order. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pre-order it, y'all. Run it up for me, please. Run it up. Please. Run it up. Tell your friend's friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Run it up. Run it up. The Pink Robe Chronicles. Woman is Wisdom for Healing, Liberation, and Love by Melva L.